Good afternoon, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing all right today. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. I know I said on Friday that the next video would be tomorrow, but there's a few bits that I just thought I'd like to jump on and discuss with you all this afternoon. So just before we get into it, smash that like button. Please subscribe. Share all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And yeah, we'll get into it then. So firstly, straight off the bat, some news that Leeds United fans everywhere will be very, very happy with. Kiko has finally left the club. Thank God for that. So Leeds and Kiko both mutually agreed to terminate his contract a year early. Obviously, he was due to be a free agent next summer, but I think, let's be honest, it was never going to play for Leeds United again. It made no sense to keep him on the wage bill. So it just, it made sense for both parties just to terminate his deal. I wish him all the best, really. I mean, so many fond memories of Kiko. I think the only one good thing that I did was that amazing save against Rotherham in the Championship. Other than that, I can't really remember a good thing that he did in a Leeds United shirt. I think when he first signed, we thought, even me included, God, we've signed a goalkeeper from Real Madrid and, he's won so many Champions Leagues and all this. But when you think about it, yeah, he did win those Champions Leagues, but did he actually feature when he won them? No, it was Real Madrid's third choice goalkeeper, which I think a few fans were saying, writings on wall, it was their third choice, but it's Real Madrid, to be fair, and they've got really good keepers in front of him at the time. That didn't mean that he was going to be a poor keeper for Leeds United, even though he was a poor goalkeeper for Leeds United, but I don't think it was just down to that. I think his spatial awareness, his decision making in certain moments was just really, really poor. Like, I remember him getting sent off against Sheffield United in a very, very important game for Leeds at that time, which pretty much screwed our automatic promotion hopes in that season, that first year under Bielsa. He brought down, was it Billy Sharp? I think it was. Came out of his box rashly, fouls him, and he gets sent off. Then there was the, infamous decision that he made in the playoff semi-final, which, in fairness to him a little bit, it was him and Liam Cooper. They were both equally at fault for that goal that Derby scored in that game. But again, it was just another moment where he made a stupid decision, and it massively affected our season that year, obviously, because it effectively led to Derby getting back into the game, which ultimately ended our promotion hopes for that season. So it's been nothing but positive from Kiko. No, in all seriousness, so happy that the club have made this decision. And I'm glad that he's kind of accepted it as well, rather than being an idiot and kind of like fighting his corner, saying that he should get more game time and he wants to stay and run out his contract. I'm just glad that he's looked at it and thought, you know what, I'm not going to get a game. It's not worked out, and move on. He'll probably go back to Spain. I think the team that he was on loan at from Leeds, Elche, I think they didn't even want him back, and they're in the second tier in Spain. So, and apparently over there, in his time there, he made some epic blunders as well. So it just shows you that it isn't just Leeds, he's just a poor goalkeeper. So good riddance from everyone at Leeds United, Kiko. But we'll move on then to a possible incoming at Leeds United. Now, this is a name that's been linked with us a few times before, but I've seen it shared on Twitter, and I think it was The Sun who shared it, stating that Leeds United are apparently eyeing up a deal for Southampton striker Che Adams, in a deal that could be worth about £10 million, which I think for the fee and the player that you'd be getting for that fee, I think that would be a good deal. I think Che Adams even though he isn't a Hollywood name, like he's not a CDK or he's not a Callum Window or someone of that ilk, I do think that it would be a good signing for Leeds. He's played in a Red Bull system under Hasenhüttl. He would be aware of the Marsh way of playing, as it's very similar. And I think he'd be really good competition for Bamford and could maybe help the development of Joe Gellart as well. And I do think it's more of a realistic signing. Now, that's not me kind of lowering my standards. It's just CDK is obviously signed for AC Milan, or if he hasn't signed officially yet, it's, on the verge of happening. Then you've got Callum Window, who is kind of keeping his cards close to his chest on where he'll end up at. I think he will move, but whether it's to Leeds or not, I think there's other French clubs that are interested in him, which could make more sense for him personally. Who knows? I think Che Adams, at Southampton, he may be looking at a move. Um, so yeah, I mean, how true this is, I don't know, because it is the Sun who reported it. But I just thought it was an interesting one to come on and discuss. I think his aerial ability is good. I think technically he is really good up front as well. He's been a good player for Southampton. He's a player that Leeds United have been interested in for quite a while. Even Bielsa liked him. So yeah, and with the 4-2-2 system, or even in a 4-2-3-1, I do think he would work in our side. I really do. Is it a move that I can see happening? I'm not too sure. I think Che Adams might have a look at Leeds and think, based on the place that we finished last season. But on the other side of that, Southampton very nearly got dragged into it. If they hadn't have had such a good start to their season, they'd have been right in it with us. And I think they could be this season as well. So he may be looking at his options and thinking, could Leeds United be a good move? As I have just said, I would welcome it. I think a lot of fans would see it as an underwhelming signing based on the other strikers in that area that we've been linked with. But I think we have to be a bit realistic. And at 10 million quid, it's low risk signing as well for that fee. If you're paying 20, 25 million for Callum Window and it doesn't work, then you're thinking, why spend all of that money on someone who's unproven? Che Adams is a decent Premier League striker. He's got Premier League experience. And for 10 million quid, I think that would be a very, very good deal. Now, speaking of the striker situation, I've seen something on Twitter. Now, this isn't obviously credible, of course, but it's just something that I thought I'd come on and chat about. There was a Leeds fan that was on a plane that Radz was on. And obviously, as any Leeds fan would, if you see him on a plane, then you would be asking the question, wouldn't you? Like, are we bringing any more signings in? Are we getting a striker? Are we getting a left back? Apparently, he did confirm that Leeds are in for a left back, which they're actively looking for. But he said they will have a look at a striker. However, apparently Marsh has said that he's happy with Bamford and Gellart as the options. And he said he is looking for one, but if we don't get one, then he's happy with what we've got. Now, as I said, how credible this is, I don't know. This fan may have just wrote that to get a reaction on Twitter. It might be something that Radz said, that Marsh had obviously said to him. I think if that is true, then I think he needs to give his head a wobble. Does Jesse Marsh, if I'm being honest with you. Because, yeah, even if Bamford's fully fit, even if Gellart's good, you need another option. If Bamford gets injured, then you're pretty much putting all the pressure on a 20-year-old kid who's not got a lot of experience. Yes, he's played well when he's come on for us in the Premier League and he's scored, the odd important goal and the odd assist, like the goal against Norwich, the assist against Brighton, big moments in our season. But we have to ease him in and we have to manage him well in order for him to get the right amount of minutes, the right amount of experience. I do think signing a striker is key. Whether it's Che Adams, whether it's Callum Window or someone else, we need another striker. And a left back. A left back for me is slightly more important, but I think a striker is very important as well. If we don't sign a striker, then I mean, if we sign a left back but not a striker, it's still an okay window. I would like to hope that we would go in for one in January if we don't get one now, based on how the first part of the season goes. But even if it isn't before Wolves or anything, or even if the season's already started, we just need to get a left back and a striker, and then it will be the perfect window, in my opinion. But hit me up in the comment section down below, guys, with all of your thoughts and opinions on what I've discussed on today's upload. I am going to the Calgary game later on this evening, at the later time of 6:45 now, obviously because of the England women's final. Really wish them all the best of luck in that. Hopefully they can bring it home. But yeah, I'll be at Ellen Road later on. So as I said on Friday, if you see me there, then come over and say hello. I'll be with my dad, my uncle, a few family members. So yeah, it'll be good. Hopefully Leeds, it's a tough test for Leeds today against Calgary, I think. I think the starting 11 that starts the game will be a big indicator to who starts against Wolves. So if you're watching on LUTV, if you're at Ellen Road, I'm sure it'll be an interesting watch. As I've just said, hit me up in the comment section down below with all of your thoughts and opinions on today's upload. If you've enjoyed it, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're brand new. And yeah, I'll see you in the next upload, people. Have a nice day. Cheers.